Les documentaires, ça c'est des documentaires, t'as compris? Regarde seulement, c'est très sérieux.
Second hands, moms bounced on old men. So then we moved to Shaolin land, a young youth.
Sirius XM rock the bells radio. You got the RZA inside your sector. Allah mathematics on the 1 and 2. We're here every Wednesday, 3 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 noon on the West Coast. If you overseas, over in London, it's 9 p.m. because they like 6 hours ahead. Or if you over in if you je parle français, you know what I mean? You also like 9 hours, 6, 7, 9 hours ahead. You know what I mean? But check this out. I'm actually broadcasting this episode from Paris. I'm over in Paris. We over here representing the film, the Wu Tang Experience. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna record. And I got some brothers in the building from Paris. They're gonna join the show. You know what I mean? So before I do that, let me pause. So over in Paris, you know what I mean? Today's mathematics is knowledge God. That means you gotta know God. You take that to your alphabets, that's the letter Q. The letter Q stands for queen. See, a queen is not only a beautiful woman, but she's a woman that knows God. She knows the God in herself. She knows the God in you. She knows the God inside that child. She knows that God manifests itself in a physical form through the body of man, woman, and child. You know what I mean? So if you don't knowledge God, how are you going to build? How are you going to build something to bring forth the reality of what you want to show and prove to the world? Because build means to what? To add on. If you ain't building, you are destroying. This is why we build positively, just to make sure we destroy negative. But anyway, like I said, I'm over in Paris, and I got some brothers with me. I'm going to let these brothers introduce themselves. They got a great podcast out here called Paroles Veritables. I be pronouncing shit fucked up, you know what I mean?
You got it right.
But I can spell it, you know what I mean? But it basically means real talk, you know what I mean? So the brothers are right here. Let me let you introduce yourself real quick. What's your name, God?
DJ Flexstar. I go by the name of DJ Flexstar. One half of the podcast, Paroles Veritables from Paris. Out here, my man, Le Bourgano, the second half of the podcast.
Bang, bang. So we're going to get into some vibes right here. Allah Math is going to dig into the crates. He's going to play some music. We're going to talk a little bit about, you know, French hip-hop, what American hip-hop means to brothers in France. And just really this will be a cultural exchange. So let's do this, right?
Yes.
You're going to turn on your recorder. You're going to record me. I'm going to record you. And we're going to edit this to something fact. Right here, Sirius XM, Rock the Bells Radio, Wu Wednesday, bang, bang, Allah Math.
First and foremost, welcome to Paris. Welcome to Paris. Thanks for being here.
Respect.
On the behalf of everybody in the room, every fans of hip hop in France, thank you.
Respect.
Thank y'all for everything you did for us. Y'all literally raised us.
Respect.
Y'all introduced us to hip hop, and we grew up on Wu Tang. We grew up on your chops. I want to talk about it because you're one of the best producers out there. You're one of the master producers. Every time we talk about producers, I mention your name because you're one of the ones. So, welcome to Paris.
Thank you.
And welcome to our show Paroles Véritables avec ma main Le Bourgano ici présent. First question, why did you want to record that show, that film that we are seeing tonight? What was the purpose behind that mission?
I mean, the reason why we made the film was because we was doing something that we haven't done before, right? It was right after the pandemic, that's FYI, and we was like, yo, let's bring together an orchestra, let's have a movie playing behind us, let's get the entire Wu-Tang Clan together, let's get 2 DJs on the stage with us, and let's give a show. And so during that process, I was like, wow, and we're gonna be at Red Rocks. You know what I mean? And it was sold out. And so I was like, this would be a great moment to capture. A great moment to capture, you know, if the first thing is just to capture it for ourselves. But I'm a type of guy as a filmmaker, you know, I was like, we can make it dope. Like, let's get 6, 7 cameras. So I called up GB, and GB has done many videos with Wu Tang. He's been around for years. He did chess boxing video and a Method Man video.
Okay.
And so I called him up. I was like, yo, you want to come back together and do something? He was like, yeah, raw, whatever. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, well, I need drones. I need the camera. I need the football Thailand camera.
Yeah, the spider camera.
Yeah, I need that, right? And I need one to come from the back and from the front. He's like, I got all that. Like, you know what I mean? He's
Like a movie setup.
Yeah. Well, he's a film director. So we both know that language, and then we brought all that out there. You know, I put together the show. I was rehearsing the show for years anyway, doing it small first. Like, it started like at 300 people in the seat, then it made it to 500, then to 1,500, then finally to the Red Rock. And so it was also an accumulation as well. And I thought it'd be great to document and show it. Show it for 2 reasons. One, because sometimes hip hop we put ourselves in a box. You know what I mean? Everything got to be a soul sample or got to be this. You know, classical music and classical musicians sometimes look down on us because it's like, you know, we too black, they too white or something. You know what I mean? So you have this snob thing. And then 3, it's like, yo, hold on. If you go to the Disney Hall or to the Hollywood Bowl, sometimes they have movies playing and an orchestra will play to the movie. Like maybe a Spielberg movie or something like that, right? Or Hans Zimmer would do something like that. And so, I've been in the film game for years. So I was like, yo, I'm going to do that. But I'm going to do it to a Kung Fu movie that was like my childhood favorite. And so, just to give you a little backstory, I reached out to Shaw Brothers.
Okay.
They allowed me to take all the music out of the movie. Okay. And so we replacing the music live. So you're watching this thing and you're getting a live rendition and you're getting a different spirit. You know what I mean? So when Method Man comes out and does Bring the Pain, well, I sampled this movie for that album. And then you hear it. Oh, you want to fight? Me and you, 1-to-1, man to man. Right? You remember that from the album?
That's great.
And when it happens on the screen, he comes out and fucking does Bring the Pain while the guys are fighting. So it was like to bring all that art back together was my mission. And then I was like, yo, we got to document this. And bang, bang, here we are.
Crazy.
Yeah, the resurrector right here with the Paroles Veritables podcast here in France. I want to ask y'all like a question. Like, first of all, how did you start your podcast? What made you start the podcast?
Like it was the feeling of we wanted to document the hip hop we grew up listening to, the Wu Tangs, the Fat Joes, the Nas, the Jay-Z's, Mobb Deep, and all that, and also the French rap, the French rap scene. We wanted to share, to speak to the youth,
right?
Because a lot of youth, 20 years old, doesn't know much about hip hop because we grew up watching movies, reading magazines,
right.
And we had no internet back in the day. So
right.
we sharpened our taste, even the taste to make some research. And I heard about you, and I heard about another member, and I knew that he was dropping another album.
Right.
That make us some hip hop historian. I'm a former DJ. He's a former journalist. So during the pandemic,
right?
Actually, during
you guys
the pandemic,
came together during the pandemic.
Exactly.
So wait, so you're a journalist by nature.
Yeah.
and you're a DJ by nature.
Exactly.
And y'all came together and formed the podcast, so as you have not only the historical context, but also the artistic context.
Exactly.
Like you know the cuts on the album that this guy may not know, and you may know the story about what happened or how the album came together.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Mobb Deep. You know, you think about Raekwon and Mobb Deep when they was doing that first album. I just remember Raekwon leaving Staten Island, going to Queens, hooking up with Mobb, hooking up with Nas. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, Nas is at my crib, and we're recording joints. Right? It was like a movement, but it's good that you guys, you know, in your phase over here, you're getting it, you know, second-handed, right? Because we're living it, but yet you're interested and you're intrigued by it, and now you feel this generation is missing it, and your duty is to talk about it and keep it alive.
That's the work. That's our duty.
Right.
That's our duty. And
That's what it's all about, because he's a DJ, I'm a former journalist, but before anything, we are hip-hop fans,
Right.
you know. So our mission is to share to the people, is to connecting people with the hip-hop history.
Respect.
It's very important for us.
What? So let's get into a joint off of the Mobb Deep album. Raekwon, Nas, Mobb Deep.
Eye for an eye.
Right here, eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Bum bum.
My question is, how did you have an idea to put your cinematic talent to your music, and how did you do to make sure all of the members of the clan be with you and your idea?
So for this movie, right, it was a tough job to get the entire clan to roll with me on this. You know what I mean? And that was another part of the documentary.
yes.
Like, brothers was like, yo, hold on, bro, you mean we're gonna have an orchestra? Right? You're gonna have
to convince everyone.
Yeah, you're gonna have this fucking movie playing behind us, Lord. Right? But the trust in me as an artist has been established. You know what I mean? The brothers know that I can set the pieces up. You know what I mean?
We can tell.
And so it really was the trust. And the funny thing is, you know, when you watch the documentary, you only seeing one night. I mean, you're seeing one film, but it's really two nights edited together.
Okay.
Right? The first night went so well. The second night was a masterpiece because the phobia was gone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like brothers didn't know exactly what was going to happen. They knew the music, right? Because I was like, yo, this is going here, we're going to cut here. You know, I had to talk them through it. We rehearsed at the Colorado Orchestra Hall, and here they got all these musicians. I'm like, okay, you're going to cut here, map, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And everybody's like, musically, it was on time. The only glitch is you can't fuck up because the film can't stop. Once we hit play, that's the party.
Okay.
And the show is exactly the time of what's happening in that film. There's nothing you could do about that. You miss your cue, keep dancing. but like I said, it was trust and vision, and brothers trusted that vision, and so that's how we brought it together.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah.
You on that film, you said something very important about leadership. Leadership is more important than the leader. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, because we learned that, like, if you have a leader and he's dedicated as the head, then when the head drops, the body falls, right? So you got to teach leadership so that any given moment, any one of us can be the leader, right? So this is why we all have to study or at least have the same understanding of something, right? So in our community, as we grew up, we all studied mathematics, right? Now, mathematics is important because mathematics is a living way of thinking numerically. The number one is for knowledge. right? That means you look, you listen, you observe, you respect. You do that before you do anything. So when you walk into a room, the first thing you do, you look, you listen, you observe what's going on. You respect what's going on. Because you could look, listen, observe, and not respect and fuck up. You could respect and not listen and fuck up. But once you perform all those actions, the first action is one, that's called doing the knowledge. Then it comes to number 2, which is wisdom. Wisdom is the word spoken or the action or the experience. Wisdom is the manifestation of knowledge. If you look at the word manifestation, it means manifest action. Now the man shows the action of what he knowledged. Then once he has those two, the next thing is understanding, which is the clear picture, right? So now everybody can see it because understanding is the C. This is why, you hear it in our lyrics all the time, but the letter C in the alphabet, the third letter is C. You got to see it. So if it's understood, that means the knowledge and the wisdom came together to bring forth that understanding. And that's the first way you're thinking. It's like a man is knowledge, a woman is wisdom. They come together, they bring forth the child. It's the same, right? Exactly. Now you can see it. Exactly. And then the next lesson will be culture, right? Or freedom, or culture and freedom. And culture is a way of life. So once you know it, you can speak it and manifest it. You can understand it. Now you can live it. Now you can live it. And you live it through freedom because freedom is the free your dome. Now your dome is free. So the point I'm making,
it's like easy.
Yeah, and all of us know that. All of us know that.
The alchemist.
So no matter what, if he walks in the room, he's doing the same thing I'm doing. There was a time when the cops they rolled on us. It was just one of those bad days, and the cops had got deck. It was like they had him. He was trying to get free, and you can't hit no cop, bro.
Oh, okay.
If you hit the cop,
Going to jail.
and
time.
and they're going to make sure, and we know that, and Meth knows that. But Deck is pulling away. If he gets away, he gets away. But he can't hit that cop. And when he was pulling, he couldn't get away. So what did Meth do? He had the knowledge to it. And what he did, he has added his strength to Dak and pulled with him. Didn't touch the cop. That broke the grip. The cop could hold him, but he couldn't hold us pulling together. We was out of there. You know what I mean? Because everybody has to be sharp like that. And at any given moment, he became the hero. Okay. It could have been Dirty one day. It could have been Papa Wu. It could have been me. At any given moment, that's the last thing I'll say about it, is because at any given moment, there's going to be one amongst you who is the best knower. So knowledge is knowledge, right? But knowledge means to know. So at one point in time, you don't know who's going to know. But if you look, listen, observe, that knower is going to make, this way, God, or this way, son. Noah even goes to the biblical name, Noah. He knew that, it's going to rain, bro. They was like, man, this guy building a fucking boat in the desert. He's bugging out. But he knew. He was the Noah. Yeah. And he preserved his family. But they all had to enter what? The ark. So it's the same thing in your crew. We got to enter that ark together. If the Noah, so I told everybody, get on the bus, give me 5 years. I see it, I know it, I understand it, I knew it, I spoke it, and they understood, and they trusted, and now all we got to do is live it. And we still living it to this day. Respect. Yeah, Sirius XM, Rock the Bells Radio, resurrecting inside your sector. Got 2 special guests. I got a DJ and a journalist, and we right here in Paris, France. First of all, you didn't tell me, could you tell the people your name real quick?
DJ Flex Love.
DJ Flex Love, and can I get your name, bro?
Me, my name, Le Boug Arnaud, a.k.a. Arnaud Automatic.
Bong, bong. So tell me, give me the 3 biggest hip-hop artists from Paris or from France that sparked y'all brains.
Back then, or
Yeah, back then.
Back then.
Well, give me 2 from back then and 1 from right now.
Back then, definitely. Sector A.
Okay, I remember him.
Sector A.
Yep.
And NTM.
NTM, nice.
NTM.
And how about
From
from
Paris.
Paris?
So from Marseille, we got I am.
I am.
Yeah.
What about Science Super Crew? That was my
Yeah,
boys.
Super Crew too.
Yeah. And then how about right now? Who's the artist right now that got your attention?
Who's the hardest?
In France, we
Yeah.
got Nino, come from
Yeah,
our
definitely.
area.
Nino,
Niska.
Niska, PNL.
Yeah.
Is there any French American collaborations that you really like?
Yeah, we call it All Canary.
Which
From
one?
Parkhill to 91 Pays.
You know what?
Which one in
We
Olken?
and All Canary.
You know what? Alarm Math, dig into your crate. Let's play that one right here. Sirius XM Rock the Bells Radio. I'll be back on my boys right after this. Bong bong. And then I want to do one last one. We make it quick. It's like you're gonna say a piece. Okay. Sirius XM Rock the Bells Radio, resurrecting Sergeant Sector, Alarm Mathematics on the 1 and 2. Still over here in Paris with my boys right here, and they got the podcast. And now I always pronounce things wrong. You see the name?
Paroles Véritables.
Paroles Veritables.
Yeah, exactly.
Paroles Véritables, that means the very top. And it basically translates to real talk, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is the Real Talk podcast. You can find it on Apple,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Find it everywhere.
On YouTube too,
On
we got a
YouTube,
video.
Apple. And so before we go, I do have an important question. So I'm noticing, like, when I travel through Paris and through France, right, I'm noticing, like in America, you know, we have us, like Black Americans. But here I hear a lot of brothers coming in from different parts of the motherland of Africa. Yeah. Why is it so many brothers from Africa that's in Paris? Like you have a why?
That's simple, because of the colonization.
Yeah.
Right.
The colonization started in around the 60s.
Right.
So our parents migrated in France, and we were, that's why we were born in France, and we grew up in France. But listening
because the parents
came there
from the motherland.
They came.
And what is the 3 main places that families migrated from? What are the 3 main places?
No, we got a lot of places.
Well,
Me,
give me
I'm
some.
from Congo. I'm
Congo?
Congolese.
Nice.
You from Senegal.
Nice.
Bissau. You got a lot of brothers come from Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Benin, Togo,
You have North
Gabon.
Africa.
Yeah.
So a lot. Okay. So anyway, well, I want to shout out all the brothers from all around the world. Shout out my Congo brothers. I'm doing a lot of study on y'all.
Congolese niggas, we're here.
Hey, yo,
Yeah, we're here.
King Kong come from Congo. Right? You know that, right? Kong is from Congo, baby. All right? Let's get busy. Anyway, we're going to keep it going. Sirius XM Rock the Bells Radio, the RZA. I'll be back next week. Roxanne Shante is up next. We'll have a nice day. Once y'all say peace, but say, give me like a French, say it in French, like say peace, see you next week, but say it in French.
Salut à la semaine prochaine.
Yeah.
Bong bong.
Thanks
Thank you very much.
very much.
It's a very good honor for us. Thank you.
I want to